Okay, this is Gita Gyan level 3 Bhakti steps. So this is week number 5, right? Okay. You saw, is it there? Can you see?
Can, Prabhu.
So we take the blessings of the Sri Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and request them to always keep us in their service and under their shelter. Okay. The more you do service for the Lord, the more you will get the shelter. Okay, who would like to read this prayers? Any volunteers? Otherwise, I'll read. I would like you all to read.
Here, Prabhu, I read.
Okay.
Om Agyananda Pramanandasya Jananana Salakaya Chaturanitam Nina Tasme. Sorry. Again, repeat again. Prabhu. Om Agyananda Pramanandasya Jananana Salakaya Chatur Anmilitam Yena Tasme Sri Gurve Namaha.
Okay, 1 minute.
No.
Okay. Not unmilitam.
Okay.
Okay.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Putale Srimadi Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prashavine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasachati Satarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you. Thank you. So we take the blessings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who has established the organization and the structure to teach us to how to go back to the spiritual world if we are so interested. Okay, this one everyone must participate. Okay, what's your favorite destination? If you want to go, supposing I say, okay, you can go for a trip. Which place would you like to go and why? Short, huh? Very short. Who would like to start first? Nobody wants to start first. Okay, I start first, all right? I want to go to India, to Dwarka, because this is a long time ago I went. So the other parts of India I've gone quite regularly, but Dwarka I want to go, and some parts of South India. Okay, I like the temples there. Okay, next, who else? Volunteer. Subhadra?
So, Prabhu, destination meaning somewhere like a getaway, like a holiday.
Yeah, another place. Yeah, you see this world. In this world, where you want to go?
Oh,
Yeah.
favorite destination. Don't have any favorite destination, Prabhu.
Okay, which place you want to go? I'm changing it a bit for you. Okay.
Because if given a chance and I have the money, Prabhu, I would like to visit all the ISKCON centers in the world, or each and every ISKCON center in the country.
It's too vague. Tell me which the next place you would like to go for a holiday.
Okay. Maybe Penang, Prabhu. Penang Toru Temple.
Why? ISKCON temple.
Because the temple is very beautiful.
Okay.
And when I go there, it's the deities are so very beautiful.
Okay.
And
temple is very beautiful. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, Nawa.
My favorite destination is my home, because home is where the heart is.
Not. That's not correct.
Okay, my favorite favorite destination is Bangalore ISKCON because it touched my heart and meaningful.
Okay. Thank you. Prema?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I would like to go to Canada. There is a huge animal shelter there. I love animals. I want to go there.
Oh, okay, sure. Ambika? Ambika? Okay, Subhashini?
I would like to go to maybe Hawaii because it has been a long time I have been to the beach.
Oh, you have been before?
No, never.
Oh,
I've never been to Hawaii, but I would like to go to Hawaii.
okay. Saru? Saru? Why no answer? Okay, who else is here?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you hear me? Very heavy rain and thunderstorm. I hardly can hear.
Okay, which favorite place you want to go? Want to go to which place you are next want to go?
Prabhuji, I've traveled most of the places, but whatever it is, if I were to go to any holy places, I feel I get I feel very happy. I don't know how do I explain it. I have been to Puri Jagannath. I have been to Pashupatinath in
Which
Nepal.
place you want to go next? You, if you have got a chance to go the next destination, where you will go?
I would love to go back to Nepal.
Nepal, huh?
Yeah, Nepal.
Okay. Why?
I don't know how to explain, but I really like it.
You love the place, huh?
Yeah, I love the place. Yeah.
Okay. And then who else hasn't said?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Who haven't? Who hasn't talked? Ambika?
Yes, I would like to go to India to the temples.
Which one? Which city in India you want to go first?
Mm. Which city? Tirupati.
Tirupati. Okay. Why?
I like to go to the temple there.
Okay. Thank you. Arminda, welcome. Where's your favorite place you want to go? If you're able to travel, where's the next place you want to go? And why?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. The place where I want to go is Bhutan, sir.
Bhutan. Okay, why?
Yes. The spiritual connection with Bhutan is a bit quite interesting, Doctor. Sir, I want to really go there and feel the spiritual energy and all that.
Okay. And have you been to Bhutan before?
No, sir, I haven't. Not
Okay.
yet.
Anyway, it's a $500 visa.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. And they restrict the number of tourists, so you have to have some waiting list, I think. Okay, everyone has spoken already. Anyone left behind? I think no. Huh? So you see, this is a place where we like to go, right? Okay, very good. Let's continue. What is the material world? You can see the material world. For us, the material world is this earth. But actually, the material world is the whole universe. Okay, material universe. So last week, what we did, there are three types of miseries: Adhyatmika, Abhyabhutika, and Adaivika. Okay, can anyone remember what is it? What are the miseries caused by? cannot remember. Caused by other living entities. Caused by material nature. And caused by what? What is the third one?
Your own self, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Stress
your own
caused
body.
by your own self.
Okay.
You're sick or something, sick or
Yes.
dengue fever or something like that.
Sometimes you are physically sick or mentally sick also. So there are three types of miseries. Miseries caused by other living entities, miseries caused by the material world, and miseries caused by your own body. So the real problem is birth, death, old age, and disease. Because these three things won't give you problem if you can solve this birth, death, old age, and disease. So how to solve this? Okay, humans can understand this happiness in the material world and the happiness in the spiritual world. But animals can only understand happiness in the material world. And sometimes happiness is something, absence of pain. Sometimes when you got no pain, no fear, and no tension in the mind, that is a happiness that you feel. You don't want fear, you don't want fear, you don't want pain, and you don't want what? Want. So basically, this is the problem, okay? But human beings can understand about the happiness in material world, and also they can actually understand that there should be some place where there is a spiritual world, because we are given guidance by the scriptures that there is a place where you can get happiness in the spiritual world. Okay, what do we want in life? All these are the things that people want. It is knowledge, wealth, health, name, fame, followers, house, vehicle, and family. Okay, which are the three things you want the most among these 9? Which are the three things you want the most?
Knowledge,
Hmm.
health, and family.
Okay. Come on, others.
Prabhu, I would want knowledge, wealth, and health.
Okay. Come on. Somebody else.
Prabhuji, I would like knowledge, health, family lah.
Okay, good. Come on. Who else?
Hare Krishna.
Right.
Wealth, health, and family.
Wealth, health, family. Okay, come on. Who else haven't said?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I want knowledge, I want health, and I want wealth.
Okay. Come on. Somebody else? Arminda, you haven't said, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. I
Hmm.
will have, if I want, I will have knowledge, health, and house, Prabhuji.
You don't have house. Huh?
I got it.
Then why you want some more house?
Because if you ask me to choose, of course, knowledge, health, and then house. If let's say I'm going to leave tomorrow, the house, I will turn it into a spiritual house and leave it as a spiritual, and then give it to the spiritual people lah, that they can run a center in that house or whatever they want to do.
Okay, I just want to ask you a question. Supposing you got knowledge, you want knowledge, health, and house, right? That's your answer, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But if you got wealth, you can get a house, right? When you get both, you get wealth and house.
Yeah, sort of, but wealth, when you have too much of wealth also, then people surrounding, your relative, your whoever, brother, sister, your siblings, all they will come running after that. So I don't want too much of wealth.
If they don't know you got a lot of wealth, then how are they going to run after you? If you can not show off your wealth, you just keep it in the bank and nobody knows, then how are they going to know?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, it's just a point I just thought
Yeah.
of. I just share with you. Okay, who hasn't said? Sharu, have you said? Who hasn't said? Sharu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu, I already told.
Oh, okay, sorry. Who else haven't said? Everyone said that. I think someone missing. Who hasn't said? I can't hear. Ambika, you're trying to say unmute your this one. Your speaker, yeah.
Health, wealth, and family.
Health, wealth, family. Okay. Everyone said already? Okay, I would like to have knowledge. I like to have health. And I like to have what? Okay, family lah. If your family is including friends lah, because I got a lot of nice friends like yours. Okay, let's proceed. If only family, I feel a bit bored. I need a lot of friends. Okay, life is like an ice cream. You should enjoy it before it melts, right? If you have ice cream, you have to eat it while it's still cold. Otherwise, it melts. You got any pleasure in it? No. So life is like ice cream. You enjoy it before it melts. Anyone likes to say anything on this? This is open. Not everyone needs to say. Whoever wants to say. No one? So here it says that life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. But then if you are suffering in the journey, then how? How are you going to enjoy?
Good. Just now your comment, you want us to comment on both the phrases, is it?
On life is an ice cream, enjoy it before it melts. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because sounds a bit materialistic to me.
Why?
Well, it sounds like as if, life is, very materialistic. You have to you have to be an opportunist. I'm seeing it in that sense.
Okay.
Whatever,
That's your
wherever
opinion.
you
Okay.
can gather your wealth at all costs, everything, you have to do it before a certain time like that. So for me, it's materialistic. Sounds materialistic to me.
Okay. Anyone else has any other comments? Come on, please. Come and participate. This is a participation class, level 3.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll comment. For me, life is an ice cream means live your moment, do the things that pleases you, don't think so deep, because tomorrow is not assured, and life is a journey. Enjoy it each and every day. We are learning. We have to improve, and as long as we live, life is an experience as well.
Okay. Tamila, welcome to the class. So
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. This verse here is life is like an ice cream. Enjoy it before it melts. Do you have any comment on this? You think it is correct or you think it's not wrong? One Mataji says that it's very materialistic. Another Mataji says that yes, we should enjoy each and every. I mean, we should appreciate and live through each and every day. And how about your idea?
Prabhu, in my opinion, life is just a material world, and soul is eternal actually. So I think we should concentrate on the soul more rather than the material body, Prabhu.
Okay, so life is not an ice cream.
Yes,
You should not enjoy it.
I think we should feed the soul more rather than the body, Prabhu. Life is like a material body, enjoyment and pleasure.
So you want to live your life without enjoying?
Not like that, Prabhu, but I think if your soul is enjoying, of course your life will be very smooth.
Okay. So life is also the soul, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu, but it's not eternal actually.
Okay, ice cream is actually this lifetime. We should enjoy it while before it goes away. So you can enjoy in, of course, what you're saying is true, that it can be materialistic enjoyment, but it can also be spiritual enjoyment. Then it's
Yes.
a journey, and it's something to learn in life. That's why we got a life, a body. Otherwise, we got no body. So we enjoy the ride. You see, there is one, I give one story. There is one lady. She was married to this man. And the guy in West Bengal story, okay? She was married to this man, and this guy is a drinker and a wife beater. And then she has 3 children with him. So then she was so angry and frustrated with her life. She works as a maid in people's house. It's a true story I'm telling. So she got enough money. She took the 3 children, ran away, bought the train tickets, and ran off to the city. And there she worked as a maid also. But you know, in the city, it's easier to work as a maid lah, to get more pay. Anyway, she didn't like her husband because he was drinker and also he was wife beater. So she was working for this one Bengali gentleman, family, and who had a big library. So then what happened is, when she cleaned the house, she used to be like when she's near the library, she used to like very much like to touch the library books, So the owner noticed that she's very fond of books. So then he asked her, can you read? She said, no, I can't. Then anyway, she told her life story, and then all the problems that she went through. I cut short the problems that she went through, but anyway, she went through a lot of problems. But still, she did, so then he encouraged her to tell a life story on a recorder, and he will help write for her. So she told and she did, and he wrote, and then he sent to one publisher, asked whether you want to publish this book. Anyway, she got the publisher to publish, and then the book was a bestseller, and then the lady got quite a lot of money. So basically, it's something that you learn in your journey in your life, how to, in spite of all odds, you just carry on and live your life, and don't think too much of your sorrow. Just think of how to keep on improving yourself. It can be spiritually, it can be materially, it can be both. So anyway, this is a thing, something to think of. Anyway, thank you for your comments. Anyone else has any comment before we go to the next slide? No? For me, I need to enjoy life, otherwise I cannot live. I think I rather die. What's the point of living life? Enjoying life for me is getting to know people, going to the temple, taking prasad, meeting friends, devotee friends, enjoying with them, and also praying to Krishna. So that is a life for me. It's like an ice cream. Learn as much as we can about spiritual life, about Krishna, and then go back to the spiritual world. Don't come back here. Of course, there are nice things here also, but then, why want to go through the pain also? The pain is there. So in my idea, even something bad happens, I take it as something Krishna wants us to learn from that experience. So don't take it negatively, take it positively. Okay, that's my realization. So we proceed. Anyone else have anything to say? No? Okay. Your ultimate need is happiness. Why you want to go to spiritual world? Because you want happiness also. Why you want to get out of this material? Because you want to get a higher taste, higher happiness. Okay. So anyway, everyone's ultimate need is happiness. Okay. And what is scripture say about happiness? Can anyone tell? Anyone has any idea what does scripture say about spiritual happiness? Let me guide you a bit.
Prabhu, is it related to the Sachit Ananda?
Anything can, no problem.
The ultimate happiness is when the soul meets the Supreme Soul, Prabhu.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah. Anyone else has anything else to say?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The key to happiness is the reductions of the desires in materialistic world.
Yeah. Okay, that's your answer. Okay. Anyone else has any answer? Any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Ultimate happiness can be spiritual service to God.
Okay. Anyone else?
My answers will seem like the Mataji said just now. Ultimate happiness is devotional service to Krishna.
Okay. Anyone else want to say something? No? You all want my comment? My ultimate happiness is to be very close friend with Krishna. Okay. That's my I need to have a close friend of Krishna. That will be the ultimate happiness. Anyone else has anything else to say? No? Ambika? Okay. Anyway, everyone got the ultimate need and ultimate happiness, how to get it. Everyone has their own idea. Okay. What is Radharani's ultimate happiness? Anyone can answer? What is Radharani's ultimate happiness?
To be with Lord Krishna always.
Yeah, Radharani will always be with Krishna and never be without him. Okay, that's nice. And then another one is, what is Hanuman's ultimate happiness? Anyone can answer? That's quite easy. Hanuman's ultimate happiness.
Serving Rama and chanting his names of Rama.
Okay, always be serving Lord. Okay, good. And then what is, let's see, what is Duryodhan's ultimate happiness? What is Duryodhan's idea of ultimate happiness?
To kill the Pandavas.
Or not really. Okay, a bit different. What is his ultimate happiness? Why he want to kill Pandavas?
He wants the throne to move.
Yeah, he wants to kill the Pandavas. He wants to be the king, and he wants to kill the Pandavas because they are the rightful kings. So if he kills them, he can become king. Okay, that was correct. Okay, what is Arjuna's ultimate happiness? What is Arjuna's ultimate happiness? Anyone like to try? Ambika? Arvinda? What is Arjuna's ultimate happiness? No answer. It's actually to be always friend with Krishna. Okay? Okay, let's carry on. We are happy sometimes, but are we happy all the time? I think the answer is no, right, for everyone. Yeah? We are not happy all the time. All right? Okay. Most people go do a lot of hard work. And then after that, they come home. They don't come home actually. This looks more like a pub. They go to the pub to drink. Is it worth it? Anyone feels it's worth it? No answer. Yes or no only, that's all.
Hard
Yes,
work.
Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes.
What to do hard work, then go to the pub and drink?
No.
Depends on which door you're opening.
Okay. Okay, what is the other door that can be possible? This can be a pub. Okay, what is the other door?
Your door to your house, to your happiness.
To your house. Okay. Anyone else has any other door? This door can be to what? So anyway, it's the wrong place, wrong use, and wrong time. What is wrong about hard work? If you are using it, if we are in the material world, we are doing very hard work. Why we want to earn a lot of money? So that we can become happy. Okay, that's a main conception of people. And then we take the money and we use it wrongly. Why? Because we use it to gratify our own senses. Otherwise, you use it in the service of Krishna, that is the right use. And we do it in the wrong time also. If we do hard work and we do it the wrong time, what is the wrong time we do? What do you mean by wrong time? We have hard work and then we enjoy it in the wrong time. We go to the pub and enjoy. So in this way, hard work is there. So, and we think that we can get a lot of happiness after doing hard work. We get the benefit of money, and after that we can do something with the money. This is happiness in the material world. So then this is the dunking time. Not a video. Okay, this man is taken and he is actually tortured. He pushed him down the water, in the water, you know, and then he is struggling in the water. Then just when he was just about to drown, they pull him out, and then he cough and cough, and then he grabs for the air. Again, he is thrown into the water. So in this world, happiness in the material world is the absence of misery. Okay? When the misery is not there, there's happiness. When you put down, there's misery. So happiness in the material world is an absence of misery. We try and build nice, comfortable house to get rid of the misery. We build the aircon to get rid of the heat, the misery. All this misery, we try and do as comfortable as possible. That is the happiness that we, in the material world, we are doing. In happiness in the spiritual world is to become in association with the Lord and the devotees of the Lord. That is,
Prabhu,
yeah.
one question. What does this habu dubu means, sir? The word there, habu dubu.
Habu is when you push in, you become habu, and then you come out to something like that. I'm not very sure, you know. But I know it's some joke. Okay. I'm not very sure myself. But it is the thing is the absence of the main idea, habu dubu. Maybe it's a Tamil word. Is it a Tamil word?
That's why I was thinking Hindi word or something, Prabhu.
No, it's not Hindi word. Maybe it's a Telugu word, Andhra word, Andhra Pradesh, because this one is set up in Andhra Pradesh. It's a slide. Okay, happiness in the spiritual world is to be in association with Krishna and the devotees of Krishna, and where there is no misery. Okay, spiritual world is there is no misery, there is no pain. Your body don't grow old because you are a spirit soul. You don't get harsh elements from the outside, and everyone is such a lovable person that they don't cause you any misery. Everyone is so sweet and so loving that you are very comfortable with them. And you yourself will become very sweet and loving and gentle and kind. So in this way, that's happiness in the spiritual world. For the fish, happiness is being in the water because that's the natural place of the water. I mean for the fish. You put the fish in the earth, they don't like it. You put the man into the water, he also cannot survive for long. So basically, the natural habitat of the fish is in water, and the natural habitat for the soul is the spiritual world. Okay. Okay, who would like to read this verse? Volunteer.
Mam upatya punarjanma dukkalayam asaswanam vatam napnu vanti mahatmana samsidam paramam gata. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection.
This is from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, verse 15. So this material world is full of miseries, Krishna is saying. So Krishna says that great souls understand that this material world is temporary, full of miseries, and they engage themselves in devotion, and they never return to this temporary world because they have attained the highest perfection. They have attained the understanding of Krishna, understanding of the temporary material world, and understanding of the spiritual world. So now my question to you is that we are in this material world, and when we go back to the spiritual world, could we not fall down back into this material world? Here Krishna says, never return to this material world. There's a promise, but maybe we will fall down again because we have some desires to be independent of Krishna again. We had a desire to be independent of Krishna, that's why we are in the material world. Could we again have the same desire? I have actually explained in the Bhagavad Gita class about this verse and the example the acharyas have said. Anyone can remember? Sharmila, what do you think? Can we fall back? We cannot fall back because Krishna promised we won't fall back. But why is it that we won't fall back? We always make mistake, right? We make mistakes, sometimes we do the same mistake. But why is it that Krishna says we won't come back? Any idea? Camila, how? Any idea?
No, Prabhu. Thinking, Prabhu. Wait.
Pardon?
No idea, Prabhu.
Okay, anyway, since no one can remember, I re-explain to you. Actually, you are not in my class, so it's okay. But the others were. But anyway, I did say this, if I'm not wrong, that Krishna says, you see, the Acharya says that if a child, you tell a small baby, small child, don't go near the fire because fire burns. Now, if the child never went near the fire, he will not really know that the fire really burns. Until one day he comes to near a fire and he nearly burned his hand. Then he will realize that really fire burns. So when we were in when the Lord told us that the material world, when we wanted to be independent of the Lord, then Krishna had no choice but to keep us in the material world. And he also says that, material is not good. But anyway, we are very stubborn. And so he put us here. So we go through all these experiences in our life, and then we understand that this material world is not to be independent. The material world is actually not as enjoyable as we think. Anyway, we are never independent of Krishna, because even in the material world, we are still dependent on His mercy. Otherwise, how we are going to live in this world? It's an arrangement of Krishna, who is getting all the devas to provide the rains and make sure that the planets go in orbits so that we can actually live a life on earth. So in this way, when we go back to the spiritual world, we will understand all our past lives and all the unhappiness and the miseries that were in our lives. Of course, you will understand, you also remember all the good things that you had, all the spiritual mallows and all that, but you also understand the danger. The fire can be used for cooking, but it's also burnt. So in this way, the material world can be used to elevate ourselves to the spiritual world, but it is also a place where we will suffer. So anyway, the acharyas explain the child knows after that, and when we go back to spiritual world, we say, no, we don't want to go back to this material world. It was a terrible place. This spiritual world is so much nice. Okay, who would like to read this verse? Tamila, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Parastasmat tu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatana yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyasyuna vinashyati.
Read the English also, please.
Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So what is Krishna saying? Yes, there's another unmanifest nature which is eternal and transcendental to this manifest and unmanifest matter. So what is the unmanifested nature? The unmanifested nature is, what do you think? Anyone like to try? It's our spirit soul, which is eternal and transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. Manifested matter because the world is created, and at the end the world is destroyed and becomes unmanifested again. So matter is temporary. So this soul is supreme and is never annihilated. Remember Bhagavad Gita, the chapter on Bhagavad Gita 2 on the soul. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. So the soul is eternal. So basically, when we get, when the whole world is destroyed, the soul still remains. But those people who haven't got out of, who did not get perfection and go back to the spiritual world at the end of annihilation, they will be actually merging into the Supreme Lord Vishnu, and they will be there until the new world is, the new Satyug comes. Then again they will come out and start life again in Satyug. At the end of Kali Yuga, when the world is destroyed, everything finished. But the souls cannot die. But then they did not go back to the spiritual world also. So what has happened to them? So they have to actually temporarily be within the context, within the universe. I mean, merge into the Brahma Jyoti, or what Krishna's or Lord Vishnu, and when the world gets created, again they are set forth. Because they are in contact with Lord Vishnu, so from the Kali Yuga, they were very materialistic. Because they got into contact with Lord Vishnu, they somehow became a little bit sattvic. That's why in Satyuga, people are more sattvic. So that is why that's how they change. When you come into contact with spiritual people, you will become spiritual one day. When you come into contact with drinking people and go out with them, one day you are not a drinker, you also will start drinking. So it's the association that is important. So the world appears beautiful, but it is not real. You can see that this mountain, the reflection down there is not real. It appears beautiful, but when you touch the water, the reflection goes. But the real first thing is the mountain. Here is the building. The buildings are real, but we are seeing the reflection of the building. In the material world, we are seeing the reflection of the spiritual world. So it is real in the sense that, but it is temporary. Spiritual world is actual thing, and the material world is also part and parcel of Krishna, but it is temporary. In a way, it is real also. But the image is not real. In this thing, the image is not real. You know this is not real. When you touch the water, the image goes. Scientists can calculate the size of the Mars, can calculate the size of the planets. How do they do it? Any scientists here? Or anyone knows how? Scientists are here, right? How do they calculate how big the moon is? How do they calculate how big the earth is? Do they go around and measure it? Anyone has any idea? How they calculate how big the sun is? Anybody has any idea?
To satellites, Prabhu?
Huh?
Satellites?
Satellite how? I give you a hint, okay? You know, do you see sometimes on the road somebody is measuring the distance? They have something tripod, and then they have something and they are looking through and they are measuring. Have you ever seen this?
Yes, Prabhu.
What do you think that is? Then there's another person across the road, he is holding one stick or what?
Is it due to the gravity?
No, it's not the gravity. It's actually what you call meter, where you put to the sun and then you put to the meter inside, then it's proportionate. Anyway, it's a bit technical, but anyway, it's a proportionate. So that's how they measure. They measure the moon, they measure the Mars, they measure the road, they measure the survey. You know the survey? They can measure where is your land. Supposing you have a land, then you call a surveyor and he will measure, coordinate. Okay, so anyway, scientists calculate that way. All right, that's how they calculate how big the moon is and the Mars is and the earth is. They have a scale. They use a scale when they measure. Since we cannot know the material world, how can we know what is beyond it? We don't even know about our material world. How we can know beyond it? Who would like to read this? Who hasn't read? Please volunteer.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chakti Vibhuti Dhamma Tripat Aisvarya Nama Mayika Vibhuti Eka Pada Abhidhana. The spiritual world is considered to be 3/4 of the energy and opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whereas this material world is only 1/4 of that energy. That is our understanding. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So in the scripture is written that Krishna is the whole creation, the spiritual creation, spiritual world and the material world is one. The material world is the inferior energy of Krishna. The spiritual world is the superior energy of Krishna. 3/4 of the energy of Krishna is spiritual world. We are in the 1/4 in the material world. And 3/4 of the living entities are in the spiritual world. We are unfortunate 1/4 in the material world. So we are prisoners in this material world. We are 25%. Okay, so 75% are with Krishna, 25% are here. Okay, Chatu Sloka. Who hasn't read can volunteer. Arvinda, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Chatu Sloki Gita 10.8. Aham sarvasya parbhavo mata sarvam parvartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samavita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So this is Chatu Sloka, very famous sloka, chapter 10. So I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me. So 3/4 of the spiritual world is of the 3/4 is the spiritual world, 1/4 is the material world. So everything comes from me. And the wise, those people who are intelligent, understand this, then they understand that it's the best is to worship the Lord and be with the Lord. So they worship, they engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart. That is the ultimate goal of life. This is the ultimate happiness, and this is the ultimate enjoyment. We were talking about enjoyment, happiness, and the goal. Okay. This is the Karunada Sai Vishnu. From the Karunada Vishnu, all the universes emanate. Okay. Garbhodashai Vishnu is actually, let's see here. The Garbhodashai Vishnu is a super soul of the universe. And everyone's, it's a bit small, isn't it? Let me see if I can make it bigger. Anyway, y'all can see, let me check. Okay, that's better. So now from the Karunadashi Vishnu comes the Rama. And the Rama created the planets. And from the Garbhodashai, sorry, from here we have Karanadasai Vishnu from the Supreme Lord. We have Garbhodashai Vishnu, who is from whom Lakshmi is massaging the Lord Vishnu and from whom the universe comes out. So then in the universe comes out, what happened is you got Satya Loka, which is Lord Brahma's abode. Tapa Loka is another higher planet. Janaka Loka, where the 7 sages are. Then we got Mahar Loka, which is another planetary system. Then we got the Swarga Loka, which is the heavenly planet. This all the devas are there. Okay, and then we have Bhuva Loka, where the Rakshasas and ghosts dwell. Then we got the earthly, which is the Bhur Loka, earth planet. And then we got the hellish planets, which the Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Taratala, Mahatala, and Rasatala. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. These are the lower planetary system. This is the middle planet, and this is the higher planetary system. The Rakshasas and the ghosts are in the higher planetary systems also. It's because it's in the subtle. It is not gross so much as in the material world. So anyway, this is the what you call the higher planetary system and the lower planetary system. Any questions on this so far? So we have 7 lower and 7 higher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Supreme Lord is in the 7th. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lower. The lowest is the hellish planets. The others are not so hellish. And then we have the higher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have the supreme spiritual world. That's Vaikuntha, and after that we have Goloka, where Krishna is. So one is Krishna Loka, we can call it. Then we have the Vaikunthas. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, this is 6 here, and the topmost is the spiritual world. So these are the 7 higher planetary systems and the lower planetary system and the Earth. Any questions so far on this? Then we got the Sirodashai Vishnu, which is the Paramatma in everyone's heart. Expands from the Garbhodashai Vishnu, you get the Sirodashai Vishnu, which is in everyone's heart. So here we have Lord Krishna expanded himself into Karunadashai Vishnu. And then from Karunadashai Vishnu, we got the Garbhodashai Vishnus. And then from the Garbhodashai Vishnus, we got the Super Soul, which is the Sirodashai Vishnu. These are the 3 Vishnus that are there. Any questions so far? Is it complicated, this one, or is it understandable? Any comments? No comments, One, either you know everything or you don't know what to think. Any comments? You know there are 3 Vishnus. Everyone knows that or don't know?
Yes, Prabhu, I know.
Okay. Anyone don't know? Everyone knows, huh?
No, sir, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, you see, Lord Krishna expanded into Lord Vishnu. And actually Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna is the same. The only difference is when Krishna goes to the office, he becomes Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu is the one that is, when the Devas are in trouble, they go to Lord Vishnu. They don't know who Krishna is. So whenever the Devas are in trouble with the demons or whatever, they all go to the ocean of milk. The Devas are in the material world. They go to the ocean of milk and they say prayers, and Lord Vishnu comes out and then asks them, what is it? So in this way, they tell their problem. And so Krishna, the Lord Vishnu, hears their problem and solves their problem. So sometimes he comes as Vamanadev, sometimes he comes as so many incarnations, right? So now from Karanadoshi Vishnu, he expands himself into Garbhodashai Vishnu. Garbhodashai Vishnu is the one that rules the material world. I mean, who makes the material world come up. And also, you know that there is Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Vishnu, right? Lord Vishnu is the maintainer, Lord Brahma is the creator, and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. So that Vishnu is the Garbhodashai Vishnu. Okay, from him, the navel, he created Brahma. And then Brahma was told to create the material world. So then, when the material world was created, then Krishna glanced, or rather Lord Vishnu glanced upon all the material things, and then put in the spirit soul and get the spirit souls to take up the bodies, the body of human being, body of animals. So that's why Krishna is a super soul in everyone's heart. So he will understand. Sometimes you think, how can God understand everything? Because he's sitting within you. He can understand you. When you are praying to him, he is listening. So in this way, it's like the main computer connected to the mini computers. So all the mini computers are in our bodies, and then all connected to the main computer. So actually, it's an expansion of Krishna. Is all the super souls in everyone's heart. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says. So that's why that is also a Vishnu. In everyone's heart, there is a Vishnu. Can you understand so far? Any question? No, huh?
No, Prabhuji, I can understand. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, who would like to read this? Who hasn't read yet? Volunteer, please.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
PG 18.61. Isvara Sarva Bhudanam Hrit Desa Rujna Tistadi Brahmayan Sarva Budani Yantra Rudani Mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of the material energy. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So the material world was created and the material living entities were created, and Krishna put in all the spirit souls into the bodies, and he himself sat as the Paramatma in everyone's heart. Okay, he is directing, but whether we are listening or not, that's another question. We are directing all the wanderings of the living entities who are seated on a machine. We are the living entities. Okay, so this is the Shirodashai Vishnu who has expanded. Okay, who would like to read this? Who hasn't read yet? Come, please volunteer. Who hasn't read?
I read, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Sarvyo Yeshu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavartiya Tasam Brahma Mahadyoni Aham Bija Pradapita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father.
So you can read this also here, this on the right hand side.
Can go. The description in the Vedas indicates that the Lord glanced over the Prakriti or nature and impregnated it with atomic individuals' souls. All these individuals are working in the material world for sense gratification, and under the spell of material energy, they are thinking of being enjoyous.
Yeah. So this one we have gone through in Bhagavad Gita, right? That all species of life, O son, are made possible by birth in the material world, and I am the seed-giving father, and I'm putting the souls in everyone. How to be satisfied here? Prabhupada, the scripture says that if you want to satisfy the tree, you water the root of the tree. Okay? So if you want to satisfy the body, you feed the stomach, and every part of the body gets the energy. Otherwise, there is no way you can satisfy the body, and there is no way you can satisfy the root of the tree. So now the root for all of us, how to satisfy the soul, is to do spiritual activities, and our soul will become happy, right? When we pray to Krishna, when we do devotional service, and then finally we also get nourished. Our soul get nourished from devotional service. ABCD of Krishna consciousness. You should attend as many programs as you can. If you cannot attend in the temple, you attend the programs on Zoom. Right now there's Zoom. And then you should be reading books regularly. Not normal books, but spiritual books. And you should be chanting Hare Krishna regularly. And you should always take devotee association and guidance. So this is if you want to be a good devotee of Krishna, you should do all these things to keep on improving yourself so that you can become a mature devotee. And when you become a mature devotee, you will understand what Krishna wants, what Krishna likes. And when you when you want to please somebody, you understand first what the person wants, then you try and make something for that person. Example, if you are inviting any guest, you should find out what they like to eat. Then you cook that food for them. Not that what you like to eat, you cook that food and then get the guests all to eat what you like. When you are inviting someone, you should find out what food they like to eat, and then you cook that type of food. Okay? So many people make the mistake thinking, oh, what is nice? I like to eat this, like this. Okay, I'll cook this. Sure, the guests will like it also. Everyone is unique. It's not the same. So Krishna is what Krishna likes. We should find out, and then we should try and do something which Krishna likes. Okay. So the nectar of the holy name. Who would like to read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay.
Dealings with material world for spreading Krishna consciousness movement are spiritual, as long as one daily change 16 rounds of the Maha Mantra. In our preaching work also, we deal with so much property and money and so many books bought and sold. But because these dealings all pertain to the Krishna consciousness movement, they should never be considered material. That one is absorbed in thoughts of such management does not mean that he is outside of Krishna consciousness. If one rigidly observes the regulative principle of chanting 16 rounds of the Maha Mantra every day, his dealings with the material world for the sake of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement are not different from the spiritual cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Basically, 16 is the ultimate number that we should aim for. We are not asking you to chant 16 rounds now, those who haven't reached that level, but this is the best lah. The Prabhupada is saying we should chant. When you're chanting 16 rounds and you're doing devotional service, and then you become eligible to take initiation. Of course, you have also some regulative principles also. Okay, so basically, even when you are chanting nicely and you're engaging in the material world, you will be doing everything spiritual. Even you're going to work to earn money, that is also spiritual because you're going to maintain your spiritual family and yourself also to become to do spiritual things. Okay, the same work you want to go and enjoy and just do sense gratification, that is material. But the same money you use for the service of Krishna, for your family, for offering boga, for donation temple, is considered spiritual. Also, preaching is the essence. That's another important thing that we should do. Okay, who would like to read this? Who hasn't read yet? Volunteer?
Sharing is caring. One should not give up everything that can be utilized in the service of the Lord. That is a secret of devotional service. Anything that can be utilized in advancing Krishna consciousness and devotional service should be accepted. For instance, we are using many machines for the advancement of our present Krishna consciousness movement. Machines like typewriters, dictating machines, tape recorders, microphones, and airplanes. Sometimes people ask us, why are you utilizing material products if you condemn the advancement of material civilization? But actually, we do not condemn. We simply ask people to do whatever they're doing in Krishna consciousness. This is the same principle on which in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna advised Arjuna to utilize his fighting abilities in devotional service. Similarly, we are utilizing these machines for Krishna service. With such sentiment for Krishna or Krishna consciousness, we can accept everything. If the typewriter can be utilized for advancing our Krishna consciousness movement, we must accept it. Similarly, the dictating machine or any other machine must be used. Our vision is that Krishna is everything. Krishna is the cause and effect, and nothing belongs to us. Krishna's things must be used in the service of Krishna.
So anyway, this is use everything in the service of Krishna. Anything that you have, you can do in the service of Krishna. This one you understand, right? Any question on this? No? Shravana. What is Shravana? We watch some video.
We think we are enjoying, but we are suffering, actually. And because we cannot understand what is suffering, suffering there is, sometimes we come to understand, but we are accepting this suffering as enjoy. A man is working very hard, whole day. This is not enjoyment. You have got a car, but you are running at 70 miles speed, going to your business, and there you are earning hundreds and thousands of dollars. So you are thinking that you are enjoying, but this labor is suffering, you forget. And in order to forget this suffering, then I take to wine, take to this, take to that, to forget this suffering. So actually we are suffering, but we are accepting it as enjoying. This is called illusion. Anyone who is very much sensuous, very much attached to sense gratification, they are called demons. And those persons who do not indulge in sense gratification, but utilize this body or this life for God realization, Krishna realization, they are called gods. There are the two classes of demon and God. Those who are engaged in God consciousness, they are not God but godly. And those who are not, because this human life is meant for this purpose, forgetting our Father, forgetting our God. We are criminal within this material world. Therefore, our only business is how to get out of this prison house and go back to home, back to God.
So anyway, Prabhupada says that this material world is place full of miseries. Right? Let me check.
Prabhu, can't hear you, Prabhu.
You can't hear me, huh? Okay, 1 minute.
Cannot see you also.
Okay. I'm trying to connect back the So we are almost at the end of it, I think. I see it. Anything else? Okay, I think that's the end. Any questions? Any questions? Anyone?
No, Prabhu.
All understand, huh?